My personal opinion.
That make a trillion%.
Yeah, at least into my personal opinion, that's how that shit worked out, man.
I think that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, them two, them four. But yeah, Hove. But don't get me wrong, no, I mess with Hove, man. That interview was something different though.
It gives you a lot of insight.
Now the thing that I thought was semi-fly was how he marketed it. That man said, "Take the 500."
Oh, take
would
you rather have dinner with me or take the racks?
And in most people's situations, most people gonna take that 500.
I've listened to I've listened to other motherfuckers and shit, and then I listen to idiots, even in that position. Yo, I'll take it. Even though he told you to take the money, it's still dudes that just jock ride him. Yo, I would like Ross. Yo, I'll sit with him. I get the game. Yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, you're just riding.
Yeah, because even his excuse. So let me tell you why. So one day we had a meeting. We was in New York. We was eating whatever. Hove said, yo, instead of writing off of 80 joints, just write off of 40 hits that you know you can make hits. Which it makes sense. Why am I going to waste bars just to waste bars? So I get it. Why am I wasting bars to waste bars?
What?
I do honestly get it. Why you gonna waste your hottest bars on some shit that ain't gonna never come out ever in life? You probably said the hottest shit on some shit that ain't gonna never release. So I do understand where he was coming from, where it's, yo, say that shit on the beats that you know is hard. Like me. What do I do when I listen to your shit? I listen, and if it's something I don't rock with, word? What did I, in my mind, I'm like, oh, that'd be hard, but
that's not my thing.
It's not my thing. Next. Oh, that's alright, you getting there. Alright, next. Oh, now we on to something. Yo.
Right.
It's just the same shit. Right. That's what some people don't understand. I don't have to, just because you got, matter of fact, he showed you that on the Black Album movie joint.
Sure did.
With Timberland. He showed you that with Timberland. Them beat that shit, dude. Now imagine that shit sound hot to us. Now imagine,
but it wasn't for him.
Imagine you in the booth listening to that shit. You like, what the fuck?
But I guess
hearing that shit. But I guess for him, he like, it's hot.
It's hot, but it's not my lane. It's not my lane. That's not.
And Tim looking like, what? Is you crazy? Nigga, this shit hard. But to him, he like, play that right there. Doom 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 doom, and you like, God damn, yeah. That bad hustling spirit came out. Never took a nigga to come from the one. And then what do you do when you sit there and you like, yeah, I can't hear that on that. Doom doo 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 doo. Nah, that man trying to spit some shit right now. He trying
even if it was that, because that was the what shit was it? What was it? Timberland gave him.
That was the Luda.
That was the Luda, but he ended up giving him the.
That joint I just did. What more can I say?
No, he gave him He gave him Dirt Off Your Shoulder.
Oh yeah. That was that snippet. That was that.
He gave him Dirt Off Your Shoulder.
That was that. That is right.
The one you talking about is.
Was that Ruben? Rick Rubin gave him that?
The Dirt Off Your Shoulder. Yeah.
No. Who gave him? what more can I say? Because that was on there. He showed that clip.
Which one was Dirt Off Your Shoulder? Was that?
No, Dirt Off Your Shoulders was the Timberland joint.
Okay, Dirt Off Your Shoulders was the Timberland joint.
And then he went away. He was like, wait. Go back.
What
He
was
was like, oh, you like that? He's like, yeah.
Because he couldn't feel that. Okay, for certain artists can do certain things. That one that Timberland gave Luda,
yeah,
that's more for, without being rude, more for an animated character. Luda fit perfect on that.
Mm-hmm.
A Busta Rhymes could be able to do that because it's a jungle boogie kind of.
I ain't gonna front. That shit would have probably been hard on. If he probably would have did some shit like that, that probably would have been on Kingdom Come. Cause remember he had that I'm digging it.
Oh yeah.
I think that was on Kingdom Come. So I could see like that Magic Potion joint. I could see.
Oh, gotcha.
I could see that joint probably on the Kingdom Come album,
okay.
Which was like right after the Black album.
After he allegedly retired and all that.
Because that's when he started spitting on them Swiss joints, them weird Swiss joints.
Mm-hmm.
What other joints he was spitting off of? That was crazy.
No ID, all those dudes.
That I'm digging that push.
But you know what? That album, that Kingdom Come.
That was not good.
It wasn't.
It had like.
And I don't want to be being nasty, but yeah,
it had like 4 joints on
that shit was cheeks.
But
I had to say it was cheeks.
But getting back.
But then everything after that though, like American Gangster and all that.
That shit was hard. I think American Gangster for me was top 3 in his catalog. American Gangster is definitely top 3 in his catalog to me, hands down. Hands down.
I'm not saying you're wrong on that.
Hands down, American Gangster was that shit, yo.
Because that American Gangster, actually that was.
I think it was like one song on there.
That was one of the CDs that I bought when I was stationed in Spain that dropped.
Yeah, that joint had.
So between
1 or 2 joints, and I ain't care for
between that shit and between Max B shit, I was they couldn't tell me nothing about the wave,
I did
bro.
not appreciate Max until
man.
So I appreciated Max, but I did not appreciate Max until that man went under.
Yo.
And then you start listening to certain joints and you be like, that man made Frenchy, man.
Wait, yo, not even that. His style.
That man gave French life.
His style, and everything he did.
Ooh.
And tracks that you would, certain tracks, he had that thing. Yo, what'd he say? He was like, yo, he told Cam, yo, I'm Max B. He's like, what the B stand for? He said, Big Avell. What the fuck you mean, Big Avell? I'm Biggie and Machiavelli mixed in one. Alright, whatever.
Shit.
Whatever, yo, alright, sound cool, but whatever. But everything that he did for what he was coming with,
fly shit right
it was smooth, it was chill, it was real, all in one. And he had the charisma to do it.
Yeah, he was,
and then when you would hear that, then and people started to mention Max B and I kid you not, I bought Remy Martin Grand Cru out of the country of Spain. I bought that shit out. I was buying all the Grand Cru of Remy Martin. It was delicious. It was dude. That shit was a champagne cognac.
I believe it.
That's how delicious that shit was. It's a champagne cognac. I even wrote a letter to motherfuckers that really wanted to bring that shit.
That's crazy.
It was like,
I wrote a letter.
I wrote a letter, dude. I wrote a letter. to Remy Martin about bringing Grand Cru back because that was how good it was. And then when I came back to the States, they stopped selling it, but they had like a white version. But it wasn't the same, and it tasted like ass cheeks. But it was still delicious in the same sense because it was where it needed to be. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Max B brought a wave to everything. That it wasn't a big wave, but it was a wave enough for people to be like that. Random people would be like, when you mention Max B, you mention wave, you mention wavy, you mention surfer.
You really be on your champagne sipping self. I was telling somebody that the other day. I was like, this man had me drinking Bel Air and what was the other drink we drunk on the cast the one time?
Hold on, the Moet Chandon.
Yeah, I was like,
the Moet,
I showed somebody that picture. I was like,
it was the Dipset.
I said, look, this is the most I'm ever drinking any type of wine.
It was the Dipset. Thanks to Harlem World for that one. The Dipset.
And I'm sitting here looking at this like, you be a champagne drinking dude.
That stuff right there, that Remy Martin Grand Cru VS Petite Champagne Cognac was some of the best stuff I've ever had. And when I came back to the States and I had my little young cousins and all them dudes and sipping.
You're right, this shit discontinued too.
We sip Grand Cru L. We sip Grand Cru L. If you can find it, you let me know.
That's crazy. Remy Martin VS. So I
yo,
that was champagne.
It's a shit. That man. That
I did not know that bottle was a champagne either.
Yeah. But that Grand Cru. Good.
That's where it's at.
Good grief.
That's where it was at.
Man, I told you.
When they discontinued that.
You look at yo. Don't tell me because it's gonna make me feel bad. You look at the year on that sucker, bro. Yo, the year on that. I think. Hold on. 2000.
They said it was underwhelming. They said it wasn't selling.
BS.
They say it wasn't selling the way they wanted it to.
Trust me, we bought that. Cause I tell you this, we the same fools that was buying that scissor. That we was buying scissor. That purple stuff that was nothing but a purple hypnotic. A grape hypnotic, that's what it was.
This unique product, however, met a surprising fate. It was discontinued. Several factors.
That shit was magical. I don't care what any of them fools say. And if I can find it, I can order it.
It was an intense market. Oh yeah, Cavassier was out at that time.
Oh, yeah, they coming up with it. You know what? And that was around the time where a lot of cats was doing the Incredible Hulks.
Yeah, Henny started.
The Henny and the Hypnotics and all that nonsense. That stuff just made me Earl.
They didn't have a position in the market. They wasn't sure if it was cognac, champagne.
I'll put it like this. We bought it. We bought the hell out of that stuff, dude.
Don't say when.
We bought that shit, man. I kid you not.
Y'all was never a champagne big person like that.
I really didn't drink champagne until I got, because I had to learn that there was different kind of champagnes. And what you got? What you got? I don't even know what it is.
This is old. 07.
No.
So that was like what? 16 years, 16 years ago?
No, because
Further than that?
Wait, hold on. Grand Cru. It was no 07. No. Or was it? Good Lord.
Was it after or before?
It had to be after. Because Max B didn't get... No, Max B wasn't locked up in no 07.
He was.
Yo, I feel weird.
Yeah, he was.
Yo. Nah, that can't be it. That can't be it. Because if that's the case, I feel bad. Good grief, it was.
So I'm like, yeah, dude.
Wow. Okay, I guess it was. I am in the loss. My apologies. But, jeez. But I wasn't in. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Because I wasn't.
So you trying to tell me this dude did an 8-year bid, came out for like 4 years,
and splashed.
And do
and
splashed. Another, wow. That's crazy. That's some interesting stuff, man. I can't, wait till he get out. This is his little error.
And cats don't even know. The fact that.
You think that's what Jim Jones setting up himself for?
I don't even think that.
Waiting for Max to so I'm gonna have to get back with the Maxi. No, French
because
Montana gonna be like, pause.
And I don't even if it isn't French, I think because Cam will help Max before Jim will, because Cam grew up in the same apartments. This is what I was told from my big uncle. Cam grew up in the same apartment complex as Big L and Max B. What do you say? Max B was Charlie Rambo. That was his nickname growing up. Big L was Mont because his name was Lamont. He grew up with those dudes. And as you can see what's going on with Cam, as you can see, I'm back with my homie. My best friend that I grew up with.
With everybody I grew up with.
What I grew up with. Jim is with Freaky. Freaky grew up with Jim. They might still collect together, being whatever it may be, but you can tell the allegiance who I home my allegiance to.
Nigga, we got together because it's the summers, nigga.
Yo!
We had some summer connections.
It was real.
We had summer connects, man.
That's how we made moves, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Joel was just sitting there like, riding his bike through every like, yeah, nigga.
He our age. I was quick to tell a shorty when that came out. I was downtown clubbing ladies' nights. You know what I'm saying? You 18, I lived a crazy life. That was me. I'm 18 in the service, trying to get into clubs.
I don't think I was 18 at that time. I think I was like 16.
2002, 3?
Yeah, that's one thing. I was 17, 16.
I was 18, trying to get in the older club, and they were like, yo, you can't come in. But look at my ID. It's a military ID. We don't care.
We don't give about none of that, especially in the city.
Take your tail wherever you need to be. And I'm like this, but I serve my country. I can't go. No. All right, bet.
No. So you think that's crazy? 07, Max being
even those years, dude. That's that time frame. Even when you said when it got discontinued, I'm like,
those was starting to be those 07. I was really like, man, the money I was having at that time, I was just blowing ridiculously. Bro, it was just ridiculous how the type of finances I had.
I couldn't wait.
I made a lot of bad decisions though around that time.
I feel you.
Made a lot of bad decisions.
Because we were on the same age, so I think that's around.
Yeah, I definitely made some bad decisions.
About the time.
Around 08, 09 is when I was like, all right, now it's time to start cleaning these up a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit.
Jeez, I didn't think about it. I guess that would be the best way to explain it. It's time to clean. Yeah.
Time to clean up a little bit.
Ooh, that was. But you listen.
Every time 16 years ago, yo.
Bro, every time I hear, when you say that here, and I'm telling myself, look, no, it's not. But in reality, dude,
we just got out the recession around that time.
Bro, it really was.
People was losing homes. Yo, but I can definitely say, a lot of people do not take advantage of the bounce backs from what we. So I guess history sometimes do repeat itself, because we was in the middle of a bunch of stuff, man.
Think about it.
And we did not take a lot of advantage.
Think of, I guess I could kind of say for us, think of the time frame of that. We would be technically, especially going into now, we're like the Y2K generation of things happening. Y2K, the recession, 9/11.
9/11. Black president. We seen an impeachment with Clinton.
We seen not too much 2000s. Well, that would be more back then.
I'm just thinking like overall.
But overall, the dialectic of everything that we witnessed, that's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe like the 70s, maybe
60s,
late 60s, 70s was a generation, and then our generation.
Yeah, that's seen a lot of stuff.
That's seen a lot of stuff. Recession, impeachments, 9/11, black president.
Because the 60s, 70s, what was that? That was the, what war was that?
That would be technically the Vietnam War.
The Vietnam War, yep.
That was Vietnam, Korean, that was the hippie counterculture. Mm-hmm. That was all that. So I think...
And a lot was going on then too. Laws was being passed.
Laws and everything was... But it's crazy that we bring that up because I thought about... You have to understand. And now, for what they're doing they're trying to bring back the draft. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then I thought to myself, because I like history and all that crazy shit. I'm like, for those people that were supposed to be drafted during that time, they were able to have one of the most biggest musical events that we have ever seen and didn't get touched. Y'all, that's technically
what was that? The Woodstock. The Woodstock, yep.
So technically, you all are in violation. So y'all not being drafted, y'all not going nowhere. Y'all here having a good time. And then, because me, I like to dig. And then a lot of the people that were musicians back during that time, all their parents were ex-military, ex-government officials. Mm-hmm. And then, because I actually have the VHS and the DVD of Woodstock. And then all of a sudden, you would hear during that tape, somebody would say, "Don't worry about anything else. This whole event is free." Now think about how big that event is. So now you ask yourself, who the hell paid for that event? Not only who paid for that event, not only who paid for that event, but who paid for these entertainers to perform.
But I believe some of those entertainers provided free services based on not all, some.
But you have to think about
the belief that they had.
They believe that but you have to also think, were you coerced to create this movement? Because you have to understand, okay, I'll give you a prime example. You had Jim Morrison from The Doors. His father, and I got a chance to meet him. His name was Rear Admiral Morrison. He was the one that basically went into the situation with the Gulf of Tonkin of the Vietnam War. When the Vietnam War was over, Jim Morrison passed. He came home. So you have to understand, it seems like everything plays into accordance. Was the counterculture created for a reason for the destruction of the nation? Or to lead a certain path of that? Because you have to remember, all those people that were part of that counterculture, they were regular people. They were regular jobs. Now, let me rephrase that. Your regular job might have been a desk clerk. Might have been a lawyer. You might have been that, but you still live that lifestyle. So now, as time starts to progress, you get older. Mm-hmm. So now, guess what that means? Your job position moves up. So now, guess what you are? You're a judge. Mm-hmm. You're this. You're that. So you still have that same mindset to create that path of being against the system, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's rather crazy with those kind of things, because is it natural or is it created? That's the main thing.
I think it's a little bit of both, though. I can see a little bit of both. I can see a narrative trying to be pushed, and then I can also see, as that narrative being pushed, there's resistance to go with that narrative.
But the resistance is it? I think we talked about it before. Is the resistance a part of the Hegelian dialectic? And remember, the Hegelian dialectic is we start the problem. We create. Well, we rephrase that. We create the problem. We start the problem and find a solution to the problem because we're the ones that started the problem.
But do you think people now now?
This just goes like an overall.
Because I don't think your normal citizens are thinking like that.
No. Normal citizens, no.
Create the problem.
Normal citizens, no.
Yeah.
Because the normal citizens are the sheeple. The ones that they are following are the ones that are part of the dialectic.
Which are we talking about? The entertainers.
Which would be the entertainers. Which would be the people that are in charge of pushing the entertainers. Because you're just thinking this is normal. We're going to fight the cause. We're going to do this. We're going to be a part of it.
Some people didn't want to fight the cause, though. They thought that it was, why do I have to fight something that I have no...
Okay, absolutely. Now, you feel that way as a regular person, right?
No, now I'm speaking on the entertainer.
No. Well, okay. For the entertainer part, or for a lot of you, you're still an entertainer. Let's be honest. You're still an American citizen. You're still technically supposed to go. Or unless you are a part of what's creating it to be brought into. Because the coincidence of all of us being from the same area and having the same beliefs and having this kind of background, it's kind of fishy.
True.
Unless we were put there.
But, so the Woodstock, but that was created... But that was planned, though, wasn't it?
Of course it was planned, but it was planned for a situation. Like I told you, you have all these regular kids, they're going to Woodstock thinking they're creating a change, right? You have these entertainers that come from these specific backgrounds. There's the coincidence is astronomical unless it was planned for a reason. And when I say it's planned for a reason, you come from this background. Dre, you're an entertainer. Your dad is a nuclear physicist for the military. Me, I'm Lamont. My dad is a correspondent for the CIA at blah, blah, blah. Johnny, father. But it's not just us being regular people. It just so happens that we're all famous people that have parents that are a part of this background of some type of governmental foundation, and we're all famous. What is you from the neighborhood get famous? All right, cool. Me from your neighborhood, I get famous. Johnny from your neighborhood get famous. Okay. Who do you know? What are you doing? Yeah. Who's involved? And that goes. And it was a place called Laurel Canyon in California.
Shit, it's funny you say that, California, because as we're speaking, as we talking about this, and you saying like, what's the odds? You know, I started watching a couple of different basketball pods, and you start understanding. Holy shoot, a lot of these ball players grew up with each other.
Yo!
This is crazy.
A
lot of those ball players, especially...
And even if you didn't make it big, like, if you didn't make it big, like my mentor from Harlem, he basically played ball with not only some of the classic NBA players, classic and ball players, they all grew up.
Just talking about
they all grew up. Well, we also understand, especially with basketball, what's the mecca of basketball? It's New York. Yeah. So if we all played together, we all played at the Rucker, we all played at the Gauchos, we all played at these places where we're known to bump into each other. Yeah. So basketball wise, it's either you were it or you just were okay. If you were okay, you did okay.
Yeah.
No. If you had some type of kink about you, then.
But I'm thinking like the football players.
Now that's
both football and basketball, because a lot of those cats, like DeMar DeRozan and all of them, they came from like the South, or not the South, the West.
Now you have to understand too, were those teams sponsored? Because remember, people like
because those were
LeBron. What was LeBron's school? St.
Mary's.
St. Mary's, and then you had Oak Hill where Carmelo went. Those teams were sponsored by Jordan Brand.
Yes.
So we're gonna bump into each other.
And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of those other kids from Cali, they were the same way. They all went to like Kobe camps and this, that, and the third. So the reason I say this is because I'm just trying to put together, like, is it possible a bunch of people from certain areas can make it at the same time, and what's the odds? But I guess different eras, because those, like at those times we're talking about politics was changing, presidents was, a lot of stuff in history, in American history, was changing at those times during the Woodstock era.
Right.
So I'm just trying to compare that era with an era of athlete.
I can't.
Being raised.
No, because
is it any similarity?
Well, at this moment in time, maybe so. But that time in that era, there was a lot of things that was going on that had to do with a lot of like mind control things.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's two different eras.
It's two different eras, but that doesn't mean that the foundation of what they created didn't go on, because that foundation of creating specific, we see it. I know it's a little extra, but we see it every day in certain kind of movies. You know what I'm saying? You raise a kid to be this way, you do this to him, and you send him out, and he has a specific way he does things. You send an agent out there to be a specific way, and they go out there and they do certain things.
But now that I think about it, you actually right a little, in a sense, where now I'm thinking psychologically. Now I'm trying to grow a little bit.
You have to look at it.
So you have
to look at behind the veil.
What's the odds? Because now I'm sitting there thinking like Marshawn Lynch and him. He's saying that his three cousins, Damian Lillard, all them boys all grew up in the area, and you sit back and you think, what's the odds of that section having 10 athletes that are prolific be from that one section? Then you start thinking about, because as soon as you said Cali, I already had California in my head, because California, the Bay, a lot of those areas,
and it's crazy you said that.
Groups,
a lot of situations that happened during the '60s with what they would call.
A lot of these kids known each other since they was 13 in camps, playing ball.
Now what is the percentage of all of us being proficient or prolific at the job that we do? Not saying that it can't happen. But what is the percentage and the odds of all of us being from a specific area and being, even if not decent, but being prolific? Unless and that's just my brain going to another level, because I see there's a lot of things that happen with athletes and entertainers where you get kind of like Rubik's Cubed into your pattern of the way you live and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and if you notice, a lot of these athletes now too is really vocal on what they see behind the scenes that we know, like especially in the basketball world. You sit there and you just think that some of these cats is just balling, and then you're like, wait, there's something behind some of this stuff.
Well, as time starts to progress,
I think
as time starts to progress,
say that some of these cats was getting handed to them because of certain cats didn't like certain. Oh, okay.
It comes with the territory, and a lot of people don't want to understand.
So now you sit back and you wonder why a lot of these cats ain't got rings.
So now guess what? It's the entertainment industry.
It's a control, yeah.
And even if when you hear the word entertainment, that means that there's somebody behind the scenes. It's not natural. Yep. It's not natural. Yep. It's not authentic.
And you sitting here playing for the love.
And just doing what you're doing, and at the same time, I'm doing it for the love. But you told the man behind the veil that, yo, I'm gonna make sure I get the ball at the 39-second mark, and I'm definitely gonna miss this shot. And he go, all right, but remember, you might lose that, yada yada yada. But you might lose that at the 39-second mark, but you have $30 million in your account, and you like this, bet, shake, yada yada yada, and you like this. We see it for years, and it's not even the entertainment industry. It's people like Pete Rose that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, that did what everybody else did, and got smacked for it.
You think he deserved it?
I absolutely think Pete Rose.
So I don't follow too much basketball.
No. Pete Rose is baseball.
Or what I say, basketball. My bad.
Yeah. Pete Rose definitely.
I don't follow too much baseball. Still a Yankees fan somewhat. So before we bounce out of here, why do you think he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame?
Because I believe that Pete Rose, he might have did what he did
as a player,
but that doesn't take away from the talent that he had
as a player.
It doesn't take away from that. People like, I'm a fan of them and all that. I mean, phrase I appreciate what they bring to the game. I don't want to say fan, but people like Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of situations that were enhanced.
Yeah, that's different.
Yo, that's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because you put at the one time, I play Sega games. You know what I'm saying? I still play them. Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds, and them dudes was like this big. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you see these dudes this big with huge size heads over the seasoning. You know, the enhancement of that one's a little shaky. But people like Pete Rose that played the game,
and just did a couple bets,
went balls to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Compared to everybody else that probably bet and did everything else, I still think he deserves to be in there.
Now, was he betting against himself?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, to win?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. That's confidence right there. I mean, I'm not.
It's a different beast.
I get it because but what do everybody always say? Bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
Everybody they say you got to bet on yourself. So that's what he did.
Absolutely.
So, in my opinion, I mean, I feel like that situation as far as him, it's understandable. I can see him being put in a Hall of Fame. Actually, I can see him being put in a Hall of Fame now because the popularity, the fame that arose from that, and I feel like he actually did make amends.
No, absolutely.
I feel like he made amends and what he did was wrong. Unlike Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, and
Sammy Sosa, these guys. They knew,
and they try to fake it, and like, nah, I ain't doing that.
And what do you mean? What do you mean? So it's kind of.
So I respect it. I do respect.
But that's just my personal opinion. That's mine.
Because he ain't in the Hall of Fame of baseball, but I think he in the Hall of Fame of wrestling. Because you remember he had those couple little off joints.
Trying to
wrestling. That's too funny.
And at last I looked, he winning because he got a smoking hot wife. That's just neither here nor there. If it's still the same, but
I can see.
But for those like that,
he didn't pull what's the one coach or the referee from basketball. Donahue.
Yeah.
So I can see him not pulling like a Donahue. Like, yo, you better against himself to win.
See those kind of things,
and when you know you confident enough to be able to do that, then I mean,
it's a little aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We all do.
But at the same time, me personally, I still think Pete Rose need to be inside the Hall of Fame. You know,
I can start attesting to that a little bit.
That's just me.
Yeah.
But
we about to get up out of here. I purposely set this up this way. I want y'all opinion. Do you like this podcast this way, or do you like it the other ways we typically would do it? I enjoyed it this way with the segments, the conversation, us just kicking it. I actually enjoy that, and excuses if y'all hear.
If you hear the extra voices in the background,
extracurricular activity. That's why we about to hurry up and nip this real fast.
Our apologies.
But again, we appreciate everybody for coming in, stopping in. Please, we just trying to do something different to make sure that you guys' attention spans and everything is all there. You got anything else you want to speak up on this? This was a really good day, though. I like this day.
I like this.
Maxim Mill, Big Avail,
Free to Wave.
Yo, when you come back, it's gonna be some.
I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I've been riding a wave for I don't know how long, man.
So you think he was cool before we get out of here? So you think Mace, him, and Cam was in like a little circle growing up?
I believe they
outside of basketball.
Absolutely, I believe, because man,
if that man got 2 appearances on It Is What It Is in 1 year, we know something is up.
Not even that. I think to be honest with you, I believe if they actually have a date for him to come home, he will be on the It Is What It Is Cameron podcast. Soon as Cam get to work.
That'd be dope. I would like that.
And somebody might feel a certain kind of way.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like if he on there 2 times out the year,
not even 2 times. Not even matter.
It's over.
OJ on there.
That's
no.
Yeah, but who we got riff with?
Yo, I don't care who he got a riff with. OJ's on it.
I rock with him. All right, I rock with OJ.
OJ's on there. And
Buffalo representative, baby.
And he didn't do it. If you look at the research, that's just me.
Yep. That's it.
We had that. Thank you, good neighbors. We appreciate you, God. We appreciate you. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Adios.